Hello everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040 and welcome to another edition of the Legends of Tomorrow Season 6 review series. And today I am going to be talking about Episode 6, Bishop's Gambit, which I have just finished watching. And this episode was very up and down. It was half good and half stupid, but I would probably say, in my opinion, the good definitely outweighed the stupid by a mile. And this episode mainly concentrated on Mick Rory trying to get Sarah Lance back. The rest of the legends, I wasn't really that interested in what they were up to. It was just typical stupidness from those guys. But had this episode just been about Mick Rory trying to get Sarah Lance back, then this episode would definitely have been probably one of the best ones of Season 6 so far. So I'm going to give a quick recap of what's happened so far, and then we're going to get straight into talking about Episode 6. So basically what we've seen so far is that Sarah Lance has been kidnapped by aliens, and she's now being held hostage by a guy called Bishop. And we've also learned that Gary is an alien, and on Bishop's planet there are a bunch of Ava clones running around. And the legends have been trying to find a way to get Sarah Lance back, but Mick Rory has now taken the stand to get Sarah Lance back himself. So that's what's been going on so far. And in this episode we've seen the legends meet a lady who claims to be Sarah Lance, and they're trying to find out exactly where the real Sarah Lance is. So that side of the episode was good, but as I mentioned already, Mick Rory trying to get her back was much better, and I really wish that we just had a whole episode of just that only. So with that all said, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about Episode 6, Bishop's Gambit. So we see Sarah is confused that Bishop is still alive, even though she just killed him, and he reveals that he's actually a clone. He insists he's not like the Avas, as there is only one of him at a time. He uses data points to just recreate his body and mind, and he tells her that no one is coming to save her. Just then, Kayla and Mick arrive on Bishop's planet, and Mick goes to confront troopers guarding Kayla's ship and is quickly taken by Ava clones. Kayla doesn't help, planning to steal the Wave Rider for herself, but someone else has already beaten her to it. At Constantine's house, things aren't going very well. Birard's ordered a load of pizza, Ava's trying to hook up Gideon, Spooner has set up alien traps, Nate is playing guitar, and Astra is trying to practice magic. Zari and he end up going out for breakfast instead, and Gideon tells Ava of an alien anomaly at a mental institution in 1956, and the patient has given herself the name Sarah Lance. The legends go to the institution in 1956, and it turns out the alien is the Amelia Earhart alien that Sarah encountered on Bishop's planet. Constantine and Zari return home to find the house is the alien being kept there, so they try to get information. Birard chats with while Spooner tries to get alien signals, and Spooner pulls pills in her tea. They try to find out where the alien's pod is, and they get an address which Nate and Ava go to check out. They run right into the Wave Rider, and Amelia Earhart was the person who stole the Wave Rider. Ava barges into the room to confront Amelia, triggering her alien attack mode, and Spooner quickly tranquilizes Amelia. Constantine and Astra take Amelia to the Wave Rider, and she uses magic to try and get into Amelia's head. It turns out that she really is the real Amelia Earhart, and Bishop experimented on her. Astra is able to see Amelia meet Sarah and Ava and pushes her to go further, which in turn causes Amelia to fully transform into some horrific being. Spooner yells at it in its own language, something that distresses her. Meanwhile, back on Bishop's planet, Gary makes his way into where Sarah's being held, through the toilet. Ugh. He says he's there to help her escape, and Kayla spots Gary trying to get a battery and reveals his location to the clones who capture him. Sarah gets Bishop's attention and pretends that she is on board with his plans. He takes her handcuffs off, and an Ava clone tells Bishop that the clones have apprehended Mick, and Bishop wants to take down the barrier to let in some toxic atmosphere to kill him, but to also kill the outside Ava clones as well. It distresses the clone with Bishop, and the trooper clones leave Mick to die, who is tied up in front of a tree. Mick frees himself and has an oxygen mask because he was prepared, and Gary saves one of Ava's clones, telling the others that they don't have to follow and can themselves be leaders. Mick finds Kayla and gives her the mask to her. They carry the battery together, and Mick tells her that Sarah is different than most humans, and they get to Kayla's ship, but they can't get the doors closed, and predatory aliens are attacking the ship, so they end up in a pod where they get it on. Go figure. On the Wave Rider, the alien calls Spooner to it. The alien tells Spooner that it was fused, as was the real Amelia Earhart, and reveals there is a struggle inside of Spooner as well. She also claims to have killed Sarah. Ava takes out the alien before it can kill Spooner, but Spooner has to tell Ava that Sarah is dead. Meanwhile, at dinner with Bishop, he reveals that Mick is on the planet and that he killed him by dropping the barrier. Sarah beats him up and then drags him to his lab where a new Bishop clone is on standby. In Bishop's clone, Sarah tells him that she's learned from all of her scars, and that he tells her that he sees no scars on her, and then she discovers that she's in fact dead, and she did succumb to the alien's poison, and the Sarah that's been walking around all this time is actually a clone. And that's how we ended episode 6 on a huge cliffhanger. Overall, as I mentioned, very up and down. There was some good, but there was some stupid, but I'll definitely say the good outweighed the stupid, and the revelation that the real Sarah has died of the alien poison and that the Sarah that we've been seeing has in fact been a clone created by Bishop was a very good and interesting moment, and certainly a real shocking revelation, and I'm very interested to see where that story is going to head. But by and large, I would probably say that this was one of the better episodes of Legends of Tomorrow, but it wasn't perfect. It did have its stupid moments. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What did you think of episode 6? Did you enjoy it? What was your thoughts on the real Sarah being killed, and that the real Sarah that we've been seeing has actually been a clone all this time? Are you excited? And are you curious to know how this story arc is going to play out? And also, do you think Mick will eventually get Sarah back? And also, what about the legends with this alien being who claims to be Sarah Lawrence? How do you think that's going to play out? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Legends of Tomorrow Season 6 review series, where I am going to be talking about episode 7, which I am really hoping is going to be a good one, and I'm curious to see how they're going to follow that up, especially with the way episode 6 just ended. So until next time, take care everybody and stay safe, and once again, thanks for listening.